estate agents. What's going on, my friends? This is Joe Dickinson. I'm the creator of the Run with Realty marketing system, and in this video, I want to walk you through how to generate leads for your real estate business. So more buyers, more sellers, loading your open houses, etc. If you're watching this video on YouTube and you do not have a Run with Realty account yet, or you haven't started your free trial, if they're still available, look in the description below. There's a link to gain information on this. However, more than likely, if you're watching this video, you're already in and you're diving into the next video in the training series that's going to walk you through how to generate leads. All right, so not only in this marketing system, we give you guys the done-for-you Facebook ads to run in your local area. Those are killer. They're awesome. We're going to get to that in just a minute. But I wanted to walk you through some other methods that work really, really well, and you're probably doing a level of this already. Some of the stuff you might be doing all of it, and you're saying, Joe, I'm already ahead of you. If you are not, I recommend you do it. And if you are, maybe take it to the next level or get a little bit more consistent if you feel like there's some room for improvement there. All right, so I'm going to walk you through a couple different methods. Method 1, organic posting. Method 2, direct mail and flyers. I've got some goodies to show you on that one. And then number 3, how to run Facebook ads as a real estate agent. And the cool thing is we actually give you those totally turnkey, ready to go inside this software. So with all that being said, let's dive into it. So first order of business, do a combination of all 3 of these methods and more. More than likely, you probably do stuff that I'm not talking about right now that you know works. Keep doing it, right? And your real estate team, your brokerage, your company might teach you other things, of course. Do that. I'm not saying this is an end-all, be-all. I just know these are tactics that work as a real estate agent because I work with a heck of a lot of them, and we built a software for them. So with all that being said, do all these things, and most importantly, be consistent. Those who are the most consistent, persistent, and determined will win in this real estate market no matter how competitive it is, guys. As long as you stay aggressive and consistent with this, you can come out on top, even if you're not seasoned, even if you've got other agents in your town or area that are crushing it because they've been doing it for so much longer. You can get to that level. You just got to be hungry, right? You got to start. You got to do the right things and have strategy behind it. So let's dive into it. Method number 1, organic posting. Overall strategy, be consistent. Post around 10:30 a.m. in your local time zone. This, from a data standpoint, tends to work really well. The reason being, most people go to work right around 10:30. They're starting to think about lunch. They might be creeping onto social media, etc. So you've got more eyeballs on social media platforms right around then. So that's like a static post. We're going to talk about what to post exactly in just a minute, but I want to give you guys the overall structure of when to post. All right, so this is proven to be pretty good. And then post 3 stories a day. Morning, 2 to 3 p.m., same reasons as the whole 10:30 a.m. People are starting to think at the end of the day. They might be creeping to social media a little bit. They're hitting that little slump. They're starting to consume some material out there. So guys, get in front of them, right? 2 to 3 p.m. works well. And then, of course, evening. You guys are probably aware of what a Facebook and Instagram story is. If you are not, I'd recommend you just go ahead and Google that. But it's stuff that you can just put up that lasts for 24 hours or so on Facebook or Instagram. So this is a bit different than what I'm talking about here. This is a static post, a physical post you actually put out on Instagram and Facebook. This is stories. All right, we're going to talk about that content in just a minute. And then be sure when you're posting on Facebook and Instagram, a lot of times if you post a story, for example, or even a post on Instagram, Instagram will ask, do you want to post this on Facebook as well, and vice versa. Don't just do the whole share thing. Physically post on Instagram and put on an Instagram story, and then open up your Facebook app and do it over there as well. Native posts tend to work better than just sharing something from one platform to the other. Not to mention, you might structure things a little bit differently on an Instagram post because it's a different platform than what you would on a Facebook post or a TikTok post, etc. That's another one here too. If you guys are doing TikToks and stuff and Snapchat, of course, take the content that you're putting on Facebook, but go put it on TikTok. Go put it on LinkedIn. Go put it on Instagram. You know, use this content in multiple different areas, of course, Snapchat, etc. So don't feel like it's only Facebook and Instagram. Those are just the big 2. TikTok is quickly rising, though, at the time I'm shooting this video anyways. So that's that. And then, of course, utilize your own content you produce and use our done-for-you content. Now, let me explain what I mean about this. All right, so I'm going to jump into things and ideas to post. So we're going to walk through that, and then I'm going to show you some of the actual done-for-you content that we've produced that you guys can download and actually post to your social media channels as fillers, okay? So things and ideas to post. And then, by the way, we're going to come back to this one. Get your funnel link in your Instagram bio and an FB profile picture. And 40% of the posts that you put out, make sure you include a link to one of your funnel pages that you actually get inside of your marketing system. So we're going to come back to that in a second. let me actually dive into some things to post. So here's what I know. Posting just solds work very, very well. So if you've just had the privilege, right, of selling a property, get that property out there on your social media channels and go ahead and say something to the effect of, this could be you, or you could have results similar to this, or if you're looking for results like this, reach out to me, DM me, inbox me. It's not enough to post a just sold, right? That's good. And you might have some people reach out to you who are interested in selling because you're doing that, so that's good. But here's what's better. Use language like this. This could be you, or you could be this next post, or you could have similar results like this. Guys, it's super important to put something like that in there because you're plugging something in the person's brain to say, whoa, that could be me. Okay. And then they reach out to you. So always include something like that, especially with just solds and just listeds. And then make sure that you tell people or give people a call to action, or CTA, and that would be reach out to me, inbox me, DM me, right? If you're on Instagram, to find out more or to see what your home would look like if we had just listed it. There's different rules and regulations with if you guys can say, hey, reach out to me to see what your home is worth, etc. So anyways, with all that being said, stay compliant within what your brokerage allows. But this is really important to do to make sure you not only post, but you make it, you add a level of what's in it for the person looking at it, right? Don't just show people your listing or you're selling homes. Show what's in it for them. That's very important to think about that before you actually post. What's in it for your followers? And then, of course, use lingo that way and add a call to action. Add call to action. DM, inbox, reach out to me to see what this process would look like. Or something like that, look like for you, right? Okay. So anyway, so that's that. So that's a big one. Now, if you're saying, well, hey, I haven't sold anything in a while, go grab some old ones potentially, or you could also ask maybe some of your colleagues, people you work with, hey, would you mind if I leverage your just sold just to help create some curiosity? Always ask someone permission first, but that's always an option. All right. Just listeds. The cool thing is you can post just listeds all day long, even if they're not yours, as long as that's okay. Because basically, if you bring a buyer to someone else's listeds, you're obviously helping that person sell the home, right? And you're getting a commission out of that, or if you're a broker, etc. So make sure you post just listeds. Be consistent with those. It's, a screenshot and a link out to the listing maybe, or a screenshot and then a little comment on it that says, reach out for more info on this property, etc. That's really, really big. So that's a big one. Oh, by the way, I forgot to add another really big one. I'm going to do it right now. Coming to the market soon are really, really big, especially right now in today's market. People, especially if they're a buyer, right, they want to know about properties before they hit the market. So you could say something to the effect of, if you know a new listing is coming for yourself or a colleague and they okay you putting a post out there, you could say something to the effect of, new home coming to the XYZ market, inbox me for insider info before it hits the main sites, or something like that, right? Does that make sense? So you want to make sure that you go ahead and you put out these new home coming to the markets. They work very, very well getting people intrigued, and people then message you saying, hey, what's this new home? They don't have a real estate agent they're working with yet. Boom, what did you just do? You just established a relationship with this person, and whether it be this home that they can grab onto or not, you might have some other ones that they might be interested in that you can work with them on. So this is a really awesome post to use. The cool thing is, if you want to promote this on social media, all you've got to do is create like one of those text stories. And guys, if you're sitting there saying, I don't know how to do that, just go on Instagram or Facebook and actually play around with it. But all it's got to be is essentially just a story where you grab just a picture of a home. You could just be like an animated picture, and then write some text and let people know to DM or inbox or message you to get more information on that. All right. So let's move into the next one now. So promoting open houses for as many days as you can. Guys, if you've got an open house coming up, make sure you do a good job promoting it. A lot of those open houses are only going to be as good as the promotion and awareness that you bring to them. So what I like to tell the real estate agents I work with is, give it as many days as possible without being too aggressive, right? If you've got an open house coming up in 5 days, let people know 5 days in advance on social media. So if it's going to happen on Friday, at least start on Monday and say open house, this address, this time, this date, etc. And then let people know if there's incentives. A lot of agents will give out gift cards or any sort of little thing, to get people to come there, right? So whatever you want to do that's creative, feel free to do that. But start promoting ahead of time. So let people know on Monday, hit people again on Tuesday, on Wednesday. And all it is just posting on social media and stories, letting people know that it's coming. The cool thing is, and what I recommend is, sometimes the look of a house from the outside, and you know this dealing with buyers and sellers, mostly buyers, right? It might not have the curb appeal the person's after, but then they get into it and they're like, oh my gosh, this is actually perfect. So what I recommend is, if you want to leverage or spread your posts out to build for an open house, get a picture or highlight a different room of the house each day. So maybe Monday's supposed to be a picture of the house. Tuesday's supposed to be a picture of the kitchen. Wednesday's house would be a picture of the bedroom or the master bedroom or one of the bedrooms. Maybe then Wednesday you do something else like the backyard, and then Thursday you do the garage. Guys, you never know what it's going to be for someone to be like, whoa, I didn't know that place had a 2-car garage. That garage looks awesome, and a garage is really important to them, and now they come to that open house. So if you want to kind of spread out the content so you don't make yourself crazy trying to promote, break up the pictures that you're promoting for the open house, and then run into that open house with a lot of leverage, right? It's not just, hey, open house today, come on by. Give people the advance notice so they can plan around it and get them intrigued and enticed to get there, because now they're kind of interested. They're like, man, I don't love the house, but I love the garage. Maybe I can learn to love the house, or maybe I should go check it out, right? So very, very big thing to do. And all you're really doing is using stories. I highly recommend that. You can put a couple static posts up if you'd like, for sure, but use stories to highlight that house. And you can say something to the effect of, want some info before the open house, DM or inbox me, of course, right? So that's a big one. And then boom, this is another one. You can put a post up similar to something like this, just kind of like a text story that you just kind of, put on Instagram or Facebook stories. You could say something to the effect of, I've got buyers that are looking for a single family home, 2 to 4 bedrooms in the XYZ area, or apartments or not hotels, whatever it is that you guys are selling. You get the idea. But basically you're putting posts out there consistently, letting people know, I've got people and I know people, right? Because there's buyers all over the place that are willing to pay top dollar and are interested in seeing are interested in seeing homes. So you can put something out like this, and that might spark enough for someone to hit you up and say, hey, I'm thinking about selling just because the market's crazy. Could you let me know maybe what you think my home would bring or fetch, et cetera, right? So that's the idea there. All right, so that's that. Now I want to jump into method 2, direct mail and flyers. So this one, oh, you know what? Sorry, hold on a minute. Before I get to that, I wanted to share 2 things kind of backdoor to this one. So utilize your own content. We talked about that, right? What to post on top of the done for you content. So on the training page right here, you're going to see, not this one, sorry. You're going to see, it's not here right now, but you're going to see it right here. It's going to be a button that says access done for you social media content. We've actually produced a lot of social media content that you guys can go ahead and actually download right to your computer. So check this out. We've got a whole bunch of imagery here. So I'm not going to go through all this, but this is all done for you content you guys can post on your Facebook feed and your Instagram feed and TikTok or wherever else. We've also got posts that are optimized for stories. So these are tall. So feel free to utilize these and edit these however you'd like after you post them on a story, or you put them into the Instagram and Facebook editor. And then right here, we've also got some pretty creative beams that are pretty cool that you guys can go ahead and post as well. That's just going to help you fill your content, help you generate the leads, because these things prompt people to reach out to you, right? So go ahead, and this one I love. Yep, still going house hunting, right? It's the middle of winter. So anyways, that's pretty cool. Fetching your dream home like. So there's always going to be more to be added. There's probably more that you see at the time you're watching this video, because we're always adding more. But feel free to utilize this content, totally free for the people using the system, all right? So that was that one. And then also make sure, so check this out. Inside of your marketing system, there is a bunch of your lead capture pages in here. So if you love some of them or love one of these funnels, go ahead and grab one of these links. So you click it open. Say you love this funnel right here and you want to use it. Just copy it. Inside of your Instagram bio, you can include one link. I recommend you put one of your funnel links in there on top of, check this out, your Facebook profile picture. So for me, I run a marketing agency and I've also got a personal website. So I pretty much write people, I help people start, grow, and scale their business, agency, website, personal site. Maybe for you, it would be, I help people find their dream homes or sell their home for top dollar And then you could put interested in selling, and you put one of your funnels right here that is related to selling, right? Find out how much your home is worth. Or interested in buying, maybe you put interested in buying, and then you grab this link right here. And then you put it in right here. You see what I'm saying? So make sure you put these 2 links in every profile picture on your Facebook. And then on Instagram, you can only put 1 link. So just pick what one you'd want to have on there. But the point being is make sure you always have people being able to get to your picture or to your funnel links, and make sure to do it through your cover photo as well. So here it is too. I help high-level entrepreneurs start, grow, and scale a business. Now what I should do is pop a link in here, because people are always looking at this stuff. So put it in there, because if they opt in, they're going to become a lead, right? We know that. So that's how that works. Wanted to walk you through that one right there. And then, of course, as you're posting on Facebook or Instagram, 40% of your posts, so about, what is that, 1 in 4, or, well, never mind, forget that. Point being is 40% of your posts, so 60% of your posts, it's like almost one out of every 2, right? Include your link. In other words, when you're posting on Facebook, there's a lot of times you want to just kind of paste an image and not put a link in there, but feel free when you post an image or something on your Facebook page to include the link in the copy. So here's what I mean by that. Maybe you want to go ahead and you want to use, let's just say you wanted to use this image. You would probably not ever use this image, but let's just go ahead and say we were going to put a post up here. Here, I'll use one of these. I will look for you and I'll find the perfect house. Let's go ahead and let's download this. So we're going to download this sucker right here. We are going to add it to here. And then you can just post this. It's true. I will make it happen. Say you post, and then you can say like, inbox or message me if you're looking and having trouble. I may have some properties up my sleeve to show you, something like that. And then what you can do is you could also include something like this, full info here. Now this would be for someone who's looking to buy, right? So maybe you want to use this one. Oh, no, that one wouldn't really work. Let me find here. Here we go. Find your dream home faster. Boom, click this, and you could pop a link right in there. My point being is 40% of your posts include a link. 40% or 60% of them do not. All right, just so it shakes things up a little bit, because this would be just as good as people actually filling out information on this page. So that's how that works. All right, guys, now we are moving on to method number 2, which is direct mail and flyers. And this can be like incredibly effective. You might be doing some of this right now. So if what you're doing is working, I recommend you keep doing it. Not to mention your brokerage probably has some training on this, or some colleagues that you might work with, they probably have got some tips. So implement obviously what you know already is working or is recommended to you on top of using some of the stuff in here. So I want to go through a couple different tactics and techniques that work pretty well, really well, for real estate agents. So with all that being said, check it out. The first thing I'm going to show you is there's a link right here. Now, this link is going to be accessed right inside your marketing system. If you go to my marketing pages and you go to main links, you're going to be able to see there is a link right here. It says print materials, Canva templates. And if we open this up, there's a video at the top where I walk you through how to use these done for you Canva templates. So it's pretty cool. If you guys want to send out a like a mailer, we've got actually templates made that you can download using Canva. Now, there's more info on exactly how to do this in this video. But what I'm trying to share with you here is there's done for you material inside of this system that you guys can tap into and use. So right here will allow you to do that. There's also the business card templates right here that you guys can go ahead and use these templates. And then also dinner seminars. These are really effective. Once again, watch this video if you're thinking to yourself, man, I never thought about running a dinner seminar. Watch this training video on that, all right? Recently solds are also really big. So if you've recently sold a bunch, printing out a business card or a flyer that's got all your recently sold properties and sending it out to people. And more than likely, at the time you're watching this video, there might be even more templates on here than what you see right now. We're always working on adding new stuff. So that's how that works. Let me go back to here. So I want to share that with you. And then this is also a really cool tactic that works really, really well. Hand addressed letters. They almost guarantee people will open them. So here's the deal. This right here would be a really good letter to write out and send to people, especially in your local area. Now, do you need to hand write all of these letters? Not necessarily, although handwritten letters always work well, but what you could do is essentially write up a script, and it could be something similar to this that you essentially print, let's just say 100 copies or 500 copies. You can go to the post office and mail them all within the homes in your area. So you'll have to look into doing that with your local post office and maybe Googling, in your local area, etc. But there are ways to obviously bulk email the local area. If you do type out a message like this, and I'm going to go into reading it in just a second, make sure your actual letter you hand address, because if you, you just print all those letters out, it just can sometimes look like another random spammy mail. But if you actually physically write it out with a physical return address or a label, and then of course a stamp, it helps get people to actually open it up, right? And that's what you want to do. So here's just an example of something that you could say, and I'm going to read it so you guys can understand kind of where I'm going with this, because one, you don't need to stick to this exactly. I'm just trying to give you an idea of getting someone to reach out to you that might be interested in selling. And even if they're not interested in that moment, they might then think of you when they are, right? The whole idea is to start building these connections, planting these seeds now. So for a few $100 it might cost you to mail out, it can pay dividends in the long run, especially if you do this consistently every couple months, etc. So check it out. Imagine you sent this note to someone. Hey neighbor, I'm a local real estate agent and I've got buyers who are anxious to buy and are willing to pay top dollar specifically for a home just like yours. And you might want to go ahead and put their address here or something like that. And the more specific and less broad or less of like a carbon copy this looks like, the better, right? That's why handwritten stuff is amazing, because people feel like you're literally specifically talking to them about their home. If you've got any interest in knowing what type of market value your home could bring, send me a text and I can get some info for you. Of course, no pressure, nor do you have to move for simply being open to seeing what your home could bring in this market. I'm here to simply get your temperature on selling. Guys, this is a big one, especially right now. And when you reach out to people about selling, the first thing that goes through their head is, yeah, but where the heck am I going to go? So I always coach my real estate agents on let people know ahead of time, like, hey, just because you're thinking about selling doesn't mean you've got to figure out right now where you would go, etc. So anyways, this is important to share. And then also let me know either way with a text. I like to use this lingo right here because you're kind of letting them know, like, hey, connect with me whether you're interested or not. Not everyone's going to reach out. A lot of people won't, but some people might say, hey, Joe, I see you sent me a letter. We're not interested in selling right now, but we appreciate the message. At that point, at least I can kind of just say, hey, I really appreciate that. Do you by chance know anyone that is interested? You can start to kind of taproot or work through them, but you're building a relationship with that person. So if they decide in 6 months, a year, 5 years from now to sell, guys, you just built a relationship now, so it can pay you in the future, right? And what's it cost you to do this? Maybe a couple $100 or whatever, depending on how much you're sending out, right? So that's a big one. Feel free to use something like this. It's very powerful. You just got to stay consistent with it. So between these templates and also this, try it out. It can work really, really well. And then method 3, run Facebook ads. Now, when I say Facebook, I mean Instagram ads. If you're sitting there saying, can I run YouTube ads and TikTok ads? Of course, you can do all that stuff. What we give you at the moment I'm shooting this video, though, are the templates for running Facebook ads. So inside your marketing system, if you go over to here and you go to my marketing pages again, you go to main links, you're going to see a link that says FB Ads training page. So if you click on this, or if you're on the learn page where you're actually going through all of this training, there's probably going to be a button right here that says, well, actually, no, this is the button right here, but this will go to the correct page, which is this right here. So Real Estate Lead Gen Master Guide. And pretty much we walk you through exactly how in this video at the top, set up these ads in your local area. So we tell you what the ads look like. We give you the ad imagery right here, and then we give you the exact copy to put in the ads. So you guys can go ahead and actually run your own Facebook ads, just plug into this model right here, and you'll be good to go. And then there's another training video right here on, should you run your own ads. So that's the third method. So between these 3 things, running Facebook ads, doing direct mail, and this is the big one, organic posting. Guys, this, by the way, is like all you really need to do to see results. But why do most people not? Because they're not consistent with it. So I challenge you to be consistent with it. So with that being said, focus on this a lot. Implement your own ideas. This gets easier and easier as you do it because you start building momentum. Feel free to utilize the done-for-you content that we give you. use the direct mail ads, and of course run the Facebook ads. And through the process of all this, if you have any questions, reach out to us. Of course, you can do that at any point by inside your marketing system, just going once again to my marketing page's main links and clicking here to contact support. You can also click right here to contact support. So guys, with that being said, go get marketing. None of this is going to work unless you do it, but plug in, because the upside and the work that you get, or the results that you'll get through doing this work, can obviously pay you, a ton, right? In commissions, etc. So go get after it. Appreciate it. We'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.